Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, happy good morning. Danny Savage, Draft Guru, coming to you live. What is today? Today's Wednesday. Wednesday the 20th. Yo, there's a good game tonight, man, on ESPN. Yo, it's a Wednesday night. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Watch some college football. Ohio versus Toledo. Bro, you'd be surprised, man, how many NFL players came out of the MAC. You'd be shocked because most likely, more times than one, these kids were all Power Five schools, and for one reason or another, it just didn't work out, and then they transfer, and they have a second leg on life. They get another chance, and boom, and then you see them get drafted. These three players, I'm putting out three. We'll be at 457 for the year. Then I'm probably going to drop six more players today. So then we're going to be at 463. We should be at by the end of the day. Got three videos coming out. First kid is a linebacker. He plays for Eastern Michigan. Bro, I'm going to butcher this kid's name. I don't know how he pronounces it. James DeZonka, Eastern Michigan. This kid is 6'3", 250. Everyone knows I like my linebackers big. This kid started out at Independence Community College. What was that? Last Chance. This kid's actually went to Last Chance U. I believe Independence Community College was that show on Netflix from that community junior college out in the Midwest. Then from there, he transferred to Arizona. Then from Arizona, he transferred to Eastern Michigan. The kid has 59 tackles, 2 sacks. This kid is a monster versus the run game. He's very physical. His motor is nonstop, and he has the size. Now, so he started off JUCO, then went to Arizona, then back. He went down a step in competition to Eastern Michigan. So when you see that, you want to see the kid stand out. Number one, off the bat, his size pops out at you when you're watching this kid play. Secondly, you're going to see this kid in the backfield making tackles for loss. He is just a beast. And like for all the people that don't watch college football, perfect example. I thought it was a reach, and I thought it was this past April's edge class was a horrible edge class, in my opinion. And I think Dallas went second-round pick Marshawn Nealon out of Western Michigan. So, but it just shows you how many NFL players come out of the MAC. Listen, I've said this a million times, man. This is a loaded running back class, people. I'm going to give you a kid. This kid's probably going to be an undrafted free agent, and he's going to stick somewhere. Delbert Mims, Eastern Michigan, 5'11", 220. This kid is a power back, goal line back. He's an NC State transfer. He only has 154 carries this year, 630 yards, and a touchdown, plus 15 catches for $160, $170, and a TD. Bro, like I said, this kid is a straight goal line back, power back, and he stands out. When you watch film on this kid, he stands out. And in my opinion, running back is probably the deepest position in this draft coming up. So this kid more than likely is going to be an undrafted free agent, and yet you're going to see him on somebody's practice squad because I don't know if it was, I think it was 2 years ago, the Ravens, they lost 3 starting running backs over the course of like 10 days. So like in fantasy football, you got to load your bench up with running backs. You got to have 3 starters legit on your team. Then you got to have at least 1 to 2 on your practice squad. This kid is definitely going to make a practice squad, no doubt about it. He's 5'11", 220, yet he plays much bigger than that. Like I said, I always say the comparison, sometimes a person plays bigger than their size, and then it's also looks like Tarzan plays like Jane. You got a dude all rocked out. He looks like, Atlas called him, and yet he plays horrible. So that happens all the time. Next, there's a kid. You can catch him playing on Saturday. He's playing this Saturday. Defensive tackle Anthony Hawkins. It's weird. I know I'm horrible. When I think of that last name, I think of that dude, the dude that spoke funny. But this is not him. Defensive tackle Bowling Green. 6'2", 300-pound bowling ball full of arms, man. Same thing. This kid plays much bigger than his size. And yet he's 6'2", 300, yet he has 5 sacks on the season. Do I expect him to be a pass rusher in the NFL? No, absolutely not. I expect him to just be a run clogger. And for that, I would like him to put on maybe 15, 20 pounds more. I'm sorry. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. 0 tech, 1 tech is absolutely the easiest position to find for an NFL team. At least it is for me. You can find them. I really don't like taking 1 techs in round 1, unless they're like really special, or unless you're picking late in round 1, or unless your name was Brian Burress out of Clemson, who I said Dallas should have drafted last year and got laughed at by all the snake oil salesmen with the call-in shows. I know Burress is 6'5", 305, and he played 1, he played 3, he played 5, he even played stand-up outside linebacker, Brian Burress. But what do I know? So this kid is just definitely, he has 1 forced fumble. This kid, Anthony Hawkins, defensive tackle, Bowling Green, he's just a run stuffer. Don't expect nothing more from him, in my opinion. But sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes people get into the NFL, they get on a good team with a decent defensive line, and they might surprise you with a couple of sacks. But I don't see it out for this kid. So as of these 3, we're at 457. Good morning. What's up, man? Steelers fan here, new sub here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. You guys are playing tomorrow night versus the Browns, man, in the rain. So, man, you guys, Russell Wilson, man, it's not a bad pickup, man, for $1 million, man. No, I'm at 457. I wish I was at 467. I'll be at 467 probably by next week. Actually, I'll be at probably like 461 by the end of the day. But the Steelers are definitely surprising people, man. And, getting Wilson for $1 million, I believe his contract was something like that for the veterans minimum, was definitely a steal. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I think your head coach is probably the best coach in the NFL, just because Mike Tomlin does the most with the least. But let's be honest, besides Mika Fitzpatrick, the Cowboys will be awesome if Jerry, maybe, we have to wait for Jerry to die, but his son's probably going to be worse. But I think Mike Tomlin is the best coach in the NFL, and I've said that already before, because he does the most with the least. Besides the Mika Fitzpatrick trade, do you ever see the Pittsburgh really making trades, especially like on draft day? No. But that wasn't a draft day trade. That was a trade before the trade deadline. Do you see the Steelers trading up ever a lot on draft day? No. Do you ever see the Steelers going out and spending $100 million in free agency? No. So I grade you as a coach on, well, listen, it's great to have talent, but if you get a guy that doesn't have that much talent, yet he's always winning, to me, he's the best coach in the NFL right now. And I've said that a million times. You hopefully wake up America's team. Yeah, listen, bro. Listen, man. Dallas's problem is the fan base, because no matter what, they're going to go to the games, but there was a lot of empty seats. And Nah, bro. Yo, Paranormal Funhouse, bro. I say it like it is, Mel. Tomlin is the best coach in the NFL. Listen, even when I lie, I say the truth. But I'm gonna, I'm not gonna sugarcoat everything. I'm just gonna give you the real deal on this channel. That's what it is. I mean, you guys just got to get Pickens, man. Pickens has crazy talent. It's just maybe Williams got him to run better routes. You know what I'm trying to say? But and he's having a good year, Pickens at wide receiver. But he's a monster. That it's just like last year, he would just run crazy lazy routes and just give up on plays. But he's having a good year, bro. You guys have a good defense, and I think it's going to come down to the edge. You and Ravens battling out for that position. I really don't hear that from our fan base the past few years, but this year the fans be different. Laugh out loud. Some fans are nuts on Steelers' side of things, but I think every fan base is like that. It's every fan base is probably the harshest critics, but I'm still going to say Mike Tomlin is the best coach in the NFL, in my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. So we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Tonight's Wednesday night. It's either Wednesday night or Thursday nights. You got to check out the Frisco Report with Joe Rod and fifth quarter Cowboys. They're going to give you the real deal. They're going to say they're not going to sugarcoat nothing. There's no agendas. We're going to tell you like it is. Who's your favorite player? What favorite player? What position? And just give me a position. I'll let you know. Favorite player. So yeah, we got Cowboys Corner. He's on the Frisco Report also. Then you got to check out Cowboys Corner on Saturday nights. He has Talking Crazy. We have Cowboys Champs out there. We have Cowboys Fiend. We got 1980s Cowboys OG. We got Eshawn, Hollywood's newest up and coming actor at Paladonian Films Production. Bro, we're gonna give you the real deal. We're not gonna give you what you want. We're gonna tell you what's on our minds, and we're gonna give you on the defense any position. Yeah, I go live daily. I go live a few days. Defensive tackle, I'm gonna go defensive tackle, then I'm gonna go edge, then I'm gonna go linebacker. Real quick. My number one linebacker is Abdul Carter out of Penn State. He's a bigger version of Michael Parsons. He's 6'3", 260, and you can move Abdul Carter around from line to use him properly. You can use him at linebacker, use him at edge, just move him around. He's my linebacker one. My defensive tackle one is Mason Graham out of Michigan. The kid is 6'3", 330. He plays one tech, he plays three tech, he plays five tech, he can play any tech, and he's been Michigan's best tackle the last 3 years. All you fans, man, that support these fake-ass Dallas content creators that think they're draft guys, go check out Mozzie Smith's senior year. Mason Graham was a true freshman, and Mason Graham for the last 3 years in a row has been the best defensive tackle on Michigan's team. So when Mozzie was a senior, 4-year senior, Mason Graham was a true freshman, and he was the best defensive tackle. And out of edge, I'm going to go Mikel Williams, Georgia. The kid's like 6'5", 260, and he plays wherever he wants. He plays edge, he plays defensive tackle, he lines up wherever he wants. But he's going to have to make a decision in the NFL where he wants to live, because Mikel Williams out of Georgia, if he's going to live it, if he wants to just be a monster in the middle like a Tasmanian devil, he's going to have to put on size, or you can just leave him at edge and the way he is. And if anyone don't know who he is, just look up the Texas versus Georgia game. The kid's a monster, and he lived in Texas's backfield every single play. And the Texas University of Texas has the best offensive line in college football this year. But I do 32 team mock drafts. Then I'll do every conference, every division. You'll get mock drafts. So I've done 232 mock drafts already for NFL. I'll probably pop one out tomorrow, but I'll also be going live 2 more videos today. And I'll be putting out 6 more players to look out for. So like I said, people, tonight, man, Ohio versus Toledo. There's gonna be some prospects playing tonight that are gonna be playing in the NFL. Bro, it's a Wednesday night. What are you doing, man? good game on in the MAC. And everybody follow and sub to the guys I gave you. And yo, Paranormal, thank you for jumping in the chat. And like I said, this is a 32 team draft channel. Thank you so much. Have a good morning.